All right, guys, so the striking combats we're doing takedowns. We're gonna get a little bit into green belt where we'll go over a straight arm bar and we'll do like a common way you can go for the straight arm bar if you're in side control. So if you remember, we did the takedown. So just keep in mind, in Krav Maga, we have to know how to fight on our feet, on the ground, right? We gotta know how to defend ourselves from those positions. So when we were practicing our side control, keep in mind that the person on the bottom, if they start to move their hips away, you always want to take your knee. So the knee that's here is always going to follow and it's always going to touch like that. It's always going to touch so that I'm not getting space so that they can start bringing their legs in. And you guys know guard work, right? When we talk about that. I don't want that to happen. If she's starting to move and she blades her body, I've got to put my leg across her belly like this. So what that means, watch it, Mary, just go slowly. If she starts to blade like that, I need my knee to come up like this. This is going to give me the barrier that she can't get her legs through and start to establish a guard. That's going to set up the arm bar. So here, she starts to move, and watch, we're gonna do this in just a little bit. This starts to happen. If this arm pushes on my knee like that, she's obviously trying to create space. Your position is gonna be you're holding, I already have an underhook. I'm holding, I'm gonna push down on her head, so a couple things are gonna happen here. Number one, and don't do this like really mean, but this would be the mean way. As I start to move, I'm gonna bear weight on her head. As I step up, I'm crushing my elbow down into her ribs. And as I start to come up and I turn, see this shoulder? And again, you gotta be careful with your training partner. You are twisting this shoulder big time. It's gonna put her arm in a very compromised position. Remember, when you're here, everything has to be really, really tight. You may feel, depending on the angle, that I keep my leg here, or I may want to go like this. It's going to be easy to finish the arm bar here, so let me just stop for a second. This part has to be like welded on me. Then just think pinky down or thumb up, because my hips are going to push into her elbow. I want her elbow to be this way. I don't want it to be turning. You could deal with that, it's not a problem. You're able to do that. But when you are here, now think I'm gonna control the elbow, the wrist, and as I come down, I'm already pushing my hips in. As the person getting the arm bar on, tap when you feel pressure, not when you feel pain. Okay, so you come down like this, boom, like that. We can move into some other types of moves, like so if you go into like shoulder locks, from here, if I open my leg and throw this here, it's gonna slam their face down. If I move like this, now I'm moving into, if you take jujitsu too, you'll see like what's called omoplata. It's gonna be like omoplata, Krav Maga. I can go here, start to stand up, and this is gonna really wrench her, it's gonna really wrench her shoulder. Again, we have to talk about levels of force so that, again, in Connecticut, we gotta understand the self-defense laws. It happens all over the world. Deadly force can respond. You can respond with deadly force. Non-deadly force, you have to respond with non-deadly. If you understand what deadly force is, you already know what non-deadly is. So again, we have to have those discussions during the week just to refresh everybody. But that's the move we're gonna work on. Everybody good? Okay, let's break.